Alright guys, Rxllout here and welcome to another tutorial video sort of thing. This time we're just going to be basically mastering without using any external plugins like Isotope or whatever. I mean, I don't really use much else, I just like Isotope, but yeah, we're going to not use Isotope. So yeah, I'll just let you basically hear what it sounds like beforehand. Going to sound a little bit flat, maybe not as loud as we need it to be, but yeah, here we go. Okay, so I mean, yeah, basically it sounds okay, it sounds fine, but we need it to sound better. Now, how do we make it sound better? Well, obviously, you can see I've mixed it all here. This is all mixing, this is not mastering, this is just panning and volume and stuff. But for mastering, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to make it as loud as we possibly can make it. In some sense, I mean, there are ways to make it louder, but without clipping, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to turn on the limiter first of all, and put the ceiling knob, you can see up here, so as I move the ceiling you'll see it changes. Put it up to 6 or 9, we'll mix it 9 just for the sake of this, and the gain button, pull it up as well about here. Now it'll sound louder obviously. Now you might hear there's a bit of distortion when it gets to a certain point, like here it's kind of pushing up a bit, so just turn it down, make sure it's not like just right on the mark, just basically mix the volume to where it's not going like you don't hear like distortion or mud in the, it's usually the low end you hear it, you usually hear the low end with this stuff because yeah, that's mostly the loudest in the mix if you're doing instrumentals. So yeah, just mix it to the point where you don't hear that fuzz, so I'll do that now. Okay, so that probably sounds good about there. Obviously your mix and your instrumental will differ varying whatever. I'm not going to finish that sentence because I don't know where it was going, but it's going to differ based on your mixing. So if your mixing's too loud, it's going to obviously be less. Like if your mixing's loud as hell and you're at 9 decibels, it's going to be clipping past that. So make sure this doesn't go over this line, just make sure it's kind of comfortably in here. And yeah, there's another thing you can also do if you'd like to boost everything up. So this is a little tip I learned. I don't know if you guys know it, but if you hit Control Alt and then wait, what is it again? What is it? Right. I actually forgotten what it is. Shit. Oh no, it's Control Alt L. So if you basically press this, if you want everything to be, you know, if you want to move everything. This is FL12 exclusive, I think. I'm not sure. Try it on FL11. Let me know if it works. But hit Control Alt L while this is highlighted or clicked on, mouse is on it, and then Control Alt L, and it will highlight everything in the mixer. Where you can turn it all up like that, and then mix accordingly in the limiter. So let's see if it still sounds okay. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. No clipping, no distortion, just everything sounds good. Now, next of all, we are going to go on to Maximus. Now, what I use Maximus for, I've done videos on this before, but I don't use this for gain, I don't use this for volume, I use the limiter for that. But for this, I use for stereo separation, so making sure each frequency has its own place in the mix. So for the low, I like to basically pay attention to this bit because it's very important. But low, we click this, make sure this is the low, obviously low frequencies. You can boost low frequencies and do all that stuff, blah 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 blah, but I just like to keep it simple. I don't like messing too much with Maximus. So low, you go to this button here, this knob here, stereo separation, and I put it completely to the right. Now once it's 100% merged right, that's the low. So low, 100% right, keep that in mind. Low band 100% right, Maximus on the master. Mid, going to pull it to 30% to the left and then leave it, and then high 50%. So as you'll recall, 100% right, 30% left, and 50% left. So it's all separated, it's all in its own space, and we'll listen to what that sounds like. You might not notice much difference, but yeah, it separates the frequencies so they're not clashing, or So that's with it, this is without. Okay, so as you'll see, it makes a big difference actually, but we'll play it once more again. Just watch me turn it on and off and you will hear the difference. So again. Now I can hear the bass is a bit distorted as well, so we're going to turn the limiter down a little bit again because we boosted it up. So now remember to mix accordingly as you're mastering, because sometimes mastering you do have to compensate for some things. So if it's messing up, just listen to what sounds are causing the distortion or the problems, and yeah, mix accordingly. Now another thing we can do with the kick in the 808 to make it a bit more mixed, a bit more clean, a bit more standard, is basically go to the kick, and once you're on the kick channel, going to highlight this, make sure it's highlighted, right click, and then we're going to sidechain to this track. Now once that's done, kick to 808, remember that, sidechain the kick to the 808. Once that's done, we're going to go to 808 and go to Fruity Limiter. Again, we're going to open that on here, and basically we're just going to sidechain this. So once that's done, remember kick, sidechain, this little knob at the bottom, sidechain to this track, go to the 808, go to the limiter, and go to compressor. Here you'll see the compressor, and pull up the sidechain knob here, so it's just at 1, and then pull this all the way down. Pull this like here, so it's kind of like a little, well, you can see here. So ratio up a bit, down like that, and then what this is going to do is limit the 808 every time the kick hits, so it doesn't mess up with it. So we'll listen to that. We'll actually listen to it soloed, so you'll be able to hear it better. Okay, so I like it at that volume, that basically, well, you saw what it did, it ducks the 808 every time the kick hits. So that'll help a bit with the mix. Let's hear everything so far. I'm going to lower that a bit, actually. Give it a bit more breathing room. Okay, now on to, let's compress it a little bit. So go here and open, go to the master again and open Fruity Multiband Compressor. Once that is done, first of all, you'll see there's 3 bands, mid, high and low. Now this is going to be very subtle, so I have covered this in other videos, but I'm doing them all, basically doing them all in one go. So here we go. So turn all the ratios down like this, make sure they're all down, 1 2 3, down down down. Now play the track, and as the track's playing, make sure we see this little compression knob, a little red tick is going to punch up. So once that's punching up, that's when we stop. We only want a little bit of compression here, just because it puts a nice level on the track. It doesn't make it. It's better. It's good for artists as well if there's a nice little ceiling on it, so that it doesn't go over the limit. So yeah, let's play it from about here and then look for the compression here. So here we go. We're going to turn the ratio up until we see this. And just for this, I'm going to turn off the limiter. Doing the same for the mid band here. Turn the threshold up a tiny bit just to compensate. And turn the threshold down a tiny bit here as well, so we can see it a bit clearer. That should do for there. Turn this back up. Now, I don't know if you can notice that, but that's pretty much perfect. Like, it sounds, it's loud enough, it's not clipping, it's not distorting. All the instruments are playing how they're meant to be playing. So that's, I'm trying to think, I think there's something else we need to do. Oh yeah, there is. So now we've got that all done. As an instrumental, we're going to have to use an EQ on it, on the master. So we're going to do that. I've also went over this video, but again, let's just do it all in one video because I love you guys, and yeah, it's a lot quicker than watching each video, you know, separate. So yeah, go here and go to 40 Hz and 18 Hz cut, as you'll see. Now that's right click at the top. Sorry if that was a bit, you don't understand that. These two arrows here, right click, 40 Hz and 18 Hz cut, pull this in here so there's not like any sub bass we don't need. And then this one just like this, so there's not any too much high we don't need. Just a little bit of cutting off, we don't need too much. Again, this is very subtle. You can obviously exaggerate it, but this is how I do it. So we're going to pull this pink marker here until it turns to like a star shaped. Now, once that's done, I'm going to mouse over it and pull in the mouse wheel so it makes it a tighter notch. I'm going to boost about 100 Hz, so about here. Now you're going to hear this if I play it back here. So just a nice neat little boost at 100 Hz, and then we're going to do the same here. Not the same, but kind of the same. Well, this is up to you. You can usually do it wherever you want, but same again, just mouse wheel to make this tighter like this. This is the mouse wheel again, I'm just wiggling it up and down with this. So now look where the snares and the clap are hitting, and now we're going to do that again with the middle one here. Just pull it up to a star again and pull it down just somewhere in the middle here, or maybe about here, depending on where you think your artist vocals are going to come in. So the vocals, there needs to be a bit of a drop in your instrumental frequency so the vocals of the artist can come through. Now once the vocals of the artist are coming through, they won't be fighting the instrumental so much to be heard, and that's a big part of, like, when an artist hears your track, you want them to be like, okay, I can, you know, my vocals can go over this easily. I'm not fighting with the track, I'm not shouting on the track. I can be myself, I can enjoy it, I can go with it. And doing this small little cut here is perfect for that. So we're going to cut, we're going to play it again and cut where we think our artist vocals would come in. Also, if you've noticed, I mixed the kick and the 808 in what's that, mono, I think? Well, just do that. Do that to the kick and the 808. Basically got that tip from Pensado, I think. Yeah, Pensado's Palace or whatever it's called. I watched him and he said he mixes his kicks in 808. His 808 is, well, basically his bass and his kick in mono. So that's what I do because he knows a lot more about this shit than I do. So yeah, I basically follow what he does. And, well, in some regards. What else is there? No, I think that's pretty much it. So we'll turn them all off and I'll let you hear what it sounds like without it. Just play it again. Yeah, kind of, I mean, it sounds okay, just a bit lifeless, not very much energy. And then if we add everything we've boosted to it and add mastering, then 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's going to sound a hell of a lot better. Now, there is one thing that is slightly bothering me with this, and it is the 808. It's a bit, there's too much, like, it's like there's a kick on it that's kind of not there, that's kind of fuzzy, that I don't like, so I'm going to just cut that out as well. So I think it's like this here, this like the start here, it's like got a bit of a kick, so I'm just going to basically get rid of that. So I think that should do it. So let's listen to the 808 now. Put it up an octave. Let's listen to that now. Put it back down an octave. Perfect, so that's basically got rid of that, the slight distortion on the kick when it goes like kind of, I think it was this front frequency mixing with the kick or something, but it wasn't sounding right, so we cut that out. Very simple, just with editing, and yeah, one last listen and that should be it, guys. Perfect. I'm actually really happy with how that went. Happy with, you know, showing you guys everything. This will hopefully, you know, get you a lot further in your production. Just, yeah, all I can really suggest is write a lot of this stuff down. Like, don't forget it, because you can watch it once, a few times, it might not stick. But this is very important if you want your beats to sound better instantly. Like, if you want them to sound better and you want people to notice they sound better instead of flat and just kind of, you know, lifeless like it was when we played it without anything. So yeah, I'm glad to help you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, and it did help you, please, you know, leave a like, share it with a producer you might know that might need it. And yeah, that should be it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.